Today, we continue unveiling the major transformative development projects sweeping through the Caribbean. Today, we take a look inside Trinidad and Tobago, which is undergoing a notable transformative phase characterized by a range of infrastructure and development projects. The nation is currently leading a surge of initiatives aimed at enhancing its infrastructure and fostering economic growth. Dive into this video of progress, resilience, and innovation in Trinidad and Tobago's top 10 development projects. Hasely Crawford Stadium Renovations, which is the national stadium of Trinidad and Tobago. The Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, which is in charge of the project, is promising a return of the Hasely Crawford Stadium through $70 million in refurbishment works ahead of TT's hosting of the Commonwealth Youth Games. While most of the renovations are now completed as of late last year, lingering works are expected to be completed this year. The renovations included installing new seatings, constructing a new roof, and updating the stadium's drainage system, and have upgraded the stadium's suitability in hosting international sporting events. Churchill Roosevelt Highway. Next up, we have another major transportation work ongoing, and it is none other than the widening of one of the country's most used roadways. The Churchill Roosevelt Highway is a crucial part of the country's infrastructure artery, connecting the west coasts of the island to its interior, and its upgrade is projected to cost $17 billion. Will not only bring much-needed relief to motorists and the traveling public, but will also encourage economic activity in the country, especially on the East Coast. The 5-kilometer stretch of highway will connect the communities of Wallerfield, Meadows, and Guayco together, and is expected to diminish traffic congestion while providing an alternative route in and out of Sangre Grande. Orange Grove Solar Farm Project. As the world continues to embrace renewable energy, Trinidad and Tobago is no different, as the country has embarked on several renewable energy projects in recent years. One of the biggest ones is the Orange Grove Solar Farm Project. The Orange Grove Solar Farm Project is a 40-hectare agricultural plot immediately west of Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Trinity Mall that is being converted into one of Trinidad and Tobago's biggest renewable power plants. The Orange Grove Solar Farm Project is part of a government initiative led by the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries in partnership with BP and Shell. The project is expected to generate up to 50,000 megawatts of electricity and supply enough clean energy to power 7,000 households, with a grid connection line to the existing T and Tech Orange Grove Substation and Pyreco Substation. The project is expected to offset 500 tons of carbon dioxide emissions CO2 a year. The project is currently in the construction phase and is expected to be operational by the third quarter of this year. Green Meadows Water Treatment Plant. The country is in the initial tendering stages for the construction of a water treatment plant in Green Meadows, in the town of Santa Cruz. The water treatment plant will provide significant value to the town of Santa Cruz, with the plant being designed to produce approximately 2,500 cubic meters of water per day. The design, construction, and one-year maintenance of the plant will be funded with a $80 million loan from the Inter-American Development Bank (IDB), provided to support the overall national water sector transformation program. This water treatment plant is part of an unprecedented billion-dollar upgrade of the water supply infrastructure. Valencia to Toco Road Upgrade Project. We have the Valencia to Toco Highway Project, a 30-kilometer-long roadway connecting the inner town of Valencia to the coastal town of Toco in the north of Trinidad. The works encompass the construction of a 2-lane roadway, the construction of 3 roundabouts intersections, and the widening of 8 bridges, alongside other rehabilitation works. Phase 1 of the project was completed and came in under budget, costing less than the projected $196 million. Phase 2 will see continued works along the route to eventually fully connect the two towns. This project, together with the construction of a Toco port, will provide a faster alternative sea route between Tobago and East Trinidad, and open up the entire northeast region of Trinidad to new industrial, residential, and commercial development. Port Toco development. Development is underway on a $1 billion multipurpose port in Toco, estimated to cost $900 million TT. Works on the port's construction began back in 2021 and will be connected to the Valencia-Toco highway, currently under construction. The primary purpose of the project is to provide an inter-island fast ferry port that would provide faster and more efficient travel between the two islands of Trinidad and Tobago. The facility will also provide a modern marina allowing the mooring of yachts and pleasure craft, a Coast Guard facility that will allow for increased protection and surveillance of the northern and eastern coastlines of Trinidad, and a modern fishing facility at Toco Bay. Robinson International Airport. We now have what is potentially the biggest and most influential development project for the island of Tobago. The expansion of the ANR, Robinson International Airport in Tobago, is a partnership between the local National Infrastructure Development Company Limited and the China Railway Construction Company. The expansion is being implemented in two phases. Phase 1 involved the construction of a new terminal building and associated works, which is expected to accommodate 3 million passengers a year. The second phase of construction, which is currently underway, is focused on upgrading the runway, taxiway, and car park, as well as the construction of a new airport access road to improve connectivity to the rest of the island. Dragon Gas Field. As we break into the top 3 biggest development projects for 2024 ongoing in Trinidad and Tobago, for a country known for its oil and gas sector, it would be remiss not to highlight some of the country's developing projects. One of the biggest projects for 2024 will be the further development and expansion of the Dragon Gas Field. Dragon and a gas project nearby called Manatee, which resides in Trinidad's waters, are expected to contribute up to 1 trillion cubic feet of gas in its first phase. Both fields will compete to inaugurate production. The Dragon Gas Field is a joint venture between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela, where the two countries signed a 30-year license granting Shell and NGC the rights to produce the gas in the country's territorial waters and export it to Trinidad. This project is a win for both nations since Trinidad has been trying to gain access to its neighbor's vast gas reserves as its output dwindles. San Fernando Waterfront Development Project. We next, in our number 2 slot, highlight a project set to revolutionize the waterfront of one of the country's biggest cities, San Fernando. The San Fernando is undergoing a waterfront development project, which has the potential to be the commercial core of the city with increased opportunities for income-generating activities, as well as improved living conditions for people in the south of Trinidad. The development project is being implemented in 3 phases, with Phase 1 completed and Phase 2 commenced in October of last year. Phase 1 saw the reclamation of 38 hectares of land in preparation for development, alongside the upgrades to the Lady Hales Road, coastal wall development, and mixed-use construction. Phase 2 has seen the start of the restoration of Plaza San Carlos, the development of a waterfront fishing facility, the Lady Hales, by the Sea Housing Development, and the Bayshore Housing Development in Marabella. Redevelopment of Port of Spain General Hospital. And finally, in the number 1 slot, we have one of the most important projects in the country. One of the biggest projects located in the capital port of Spain. The General Hospital, which was originally constructed in 1855, is set to have a major upgrade. The 575-bed hospital is the primary public health care and emergency facility in northern Trinidad. But over time, the hospital's building facilities have deteriorated significantly and limited the extent to which hospital staff could keep up with the advances made by modern medical technology. The construction of what is being called the central block will consist of a 13-story main structure, which will incorporate approximately 540 bed wards, 6 operating theaters, an improved accident and emergency department, IQ and CCU facilities, alongside other associated back-of-house departments.